Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. The reason I like to work with the moon is because it's how you feel, right? And that's creates your experience. So we're going to talk about the Moon Astrology for the week of December 7th through the 13th. We're going to work our way toward that eclipse that's coming up next Monday. So we're going to dig a little deeper into what we need to do to prep for that. In the meantime, I want to invite you to come and join me tonight on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. From 7:30 to 9 p.m. We do Moon Day Night Live. We pull cards for each of the signs. And then last week, we actually had like 40 minutes to have time to pull cards for you, to ask your questions and to get some advice for it. And so if that is something that you're interested in doing, I'd love to see you there. In the meantime, I do like I can't even talk. I do want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for your subscribes. This is really interesting energy that you have for this week coming up, and it totally makes sense. This is a week of pulling our energy in and preparing for this eclipse that's coming. It is a big freaking deal. And you have the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords. It is that healing energy. It is that pulling our energy in. It is that taking a deep breath and nurturing and caring for ourselves to figure out what it is that we need. What do we... Oh, gosh. Four of Swords is rest and recharge. Rest and recharge, which is literally what I wrote on my notes for Sunday coming up. So this week is going to be a bit challenging to do that all week long, but find the time to do that if you can. So we start out with the moon on Monday in Virgo. And the moon in Virgo is asking you to push through the resistance, to create space in your life for what changes are going to come with this eclipse. So this eclipse that's coming up, it's about clearing out space. So we just had one that was a big clearing, right? And now this one is clearing a little bit more, going down another layer, creating space for what you want to bring in with the new moon energy. So eclipse is about releasing and letting go. It's in Sagittarius, so it's releasing and letting go of long-held belief systems, limiting thoughts. It's happening near the really close, within 3 degrees of the galactic center. And the galactic center doesn't have a limit, right? And the galactic center is about what is your truth, what makes you feel truly free to be you, to create, to cultivate the life that you want. So what do you need to do? What is the big thing that you need to let go of? What is the radical action that you're going to need to take in order to create that space? You've got the moon in Venus and Virgo is going to be squaring with Mercury and with the sun in Sagittarius. And so I think information will be brought to light, something that you didn't know you needed to know. You're going to know. It's going to play a part in what's going on here. You've got the moon in a very nice supportive aspect with Uranus and Taurus, which is opposing your sign. So it's also a very supportive angle with your sign of sudden enlightenment, sudden change, something out of the blue. The moon is going to be opposing Neptune in Pisces. This is about, what do you really want? What are those big dreams? What are those big asks? Because on Tuesday, the moon is going to be in a very nice supportive aspect with Venus, which is currently hanging out in your sign at Scorpio. And it's about going a little deeper. And at that time, it's going to be in a nice, Venus is trining Pluto. I mean, not Pluto, but Neptune. So really, what do you want? And so while you're resting and recharging and filling up the tank and getting ready to launch yourself forward, it's time to get clear on what you want. Because that moon in Virgo is also, before it gets out of Virgo on Tuesday afternoon, evening time, it is going to run into all those planets in a nice supportive aspect with Pluto, which rules your sign. What are you transforming? With Jupiter, it says how much do you want to transform this? How big of a change do you want to make? And while that's happening, you know, you've got Uranus saying, yeah, I'm ready to help you do that. Ready or not, right? And then Saturn goes, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? Because you need a plan. You need good boundaries, healthy boundaries for yourself, and you need a plan. So do you have all that? Okay. My spirit team makes me laugh so much. Okay, so here we go. We've got this gorilla sitting there and he's staring up into space. Looks so much like this. Really does, right? And it says peace. But if you look really close, and I want you to get a good look here. My spirit guide started singing, I like big butts and I cannot lie. So funny. All right. So, and you have reciprocity, the honeybee. And so this is putting things in balance. And so part of this taking this time out and this resting is putting your life in balance. It is also looking for the areas of your life that are not in balance and what can you do to help create that balance? What do you need to do? How do you bring that in? Oh, the sun just went down. Boom, like that. The light just changed in here. That's kind of what this energy is like all of a sudden everything is just going to change. And there's a need to integrate the shadow and the light. And it takes being rested and finding the balance. On Wednesday, well, actually on Tuesday night at 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon's going to move into Libra. That moon in Libra Wednesday and Thursday is really unhappy there. I have to tell you. Oh my gosh, there's such irritating energy going to be happening those days. So take a deep breath. Everybody's going to be irritable. The moon is going to be opposing Chiron, which says, oh, look over here, I have a wound. Have you paid attention to this wound? I mean, this is really bothering me. Have you paid attention? And then you've got the moon in that really irritable angle with your dreams, Neptune up in Pisces, with making change, Uranus and Taurus. But it's in a really nice supportive aspect with the Sun and Mercury in Sagittarius. So that information that came to light, I think, can be very beneficial, used the right way. But also there's going to be this inner dialogue. This inner dialogue about what's really bothering you and what is it that you really want. And taking the time to have those conversations with yourself, super important. Super important. Well, you figure out what really needs to be healed. Wow, that is not the first time I've seen that card today. Is there anything else? I thought so. It felt busy. So the moon in Libra is really asking you to be willing to surrender the process, the control, surrender and release to divine timing. And this Four of Swords is being at rest, and this gorilla being at peace. The ability to do that, to really find the peace and allow the situation to unfold, to allow the reciprocity to come in. You know what's really interesting is this honeybee here It's a number 6, so it's soulmate energy. But when I think of the honeybee, I think about how if you work really hard at something and you put the energy and the effort in, you get out what you put in, right? You get the honey, you get the sweet stuff, you get the reward. It's not a waste of time, but it takes a lot to create that. So if you're looking for a way to bring more sweetness into your life, you're going to have to put in the energy and the effort. You're going to have to go out and look for what you want. You got to find all the flowers that need to, that have the right kind of pollen. Then you got to come back to the hive, and you're going to have to dance the little dance that tells everybody else, oh, look what I found, and here's the directions to get there. And then you have to go back out and collect your own also. Or maybe you're the one that goes out because they're all collecting. Maybe it's your job to go out and find another source. It is about doing your job to the best of your ability to put in the effort in order to bring in, to manifest the success that you're looking for. But in order to get there, there is a need right now for you to rest, to find the peace within. So this card I've seen before, and I can't remember which sign. It said, embrace the power of the dance. Oh, it was a fire sign. It was Leo. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. Being physically active, even though you're resting, will help move the energy. Maybe you're resting too much. Oh. What else do you have here? Honor your own time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings in service for the greater good. We have the turkey. We have the white swan. The power of divine grace is within you, and you have the raven. The universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. Okay, that's the honeybee. That's noticing the signs around you, right? Because when that is the dance too. When the honeybee comes back and he's doing his little dance, they have to be able to understand the language. They have to recognize the synchronicities. They have to understand what he's saying so that they can go out and collect the honey. Blessings as service to greater good. Going out and finding what everybody else needs and letting them know. Notice what's going on around you right now. Where are the synchronicities? Where are the signs from the universe? What feels right? You're such an intuitive sign, and this is a time to really tap into that intuition. There is so much happening here. Holy cow. A big transformation when you have the white swan. Second time I've seen a swan today. Wasn't here. That might have been Leo too. Okay. So, Moon's going to move into your sign, Scorpio, on Thursday night. So, before I go there, though, Thursday night at sundown is Hanukkah. And so happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. Ordinarily, I don't go into the holidays, but there was something about this that really triggered something in me, and I believe, but I did not check, that it is the Festival of Lights. I believe this is the story where, for whatever reason, they were trapped in the darkness, and they only had enough lamp oil for one night, or maybe it was one day and one night. I don't. Not Jewish. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry because I have such really great friends. But it lasted for 8. It multiplied. I'm sure there was a conservation of energy, like they probably had the wick trimmed and it was pretty, low to try to keep at least a light burning. And I feel like there is this need to pull in our energy, to conserve our energy right now to get ready for this eclipse. And so that you would have the 4 swords, that you would have the gorilla, encouraging you to find the peace and the energy within. But at the same time, you need to be looking for the signs that are being brought to you. I feel like spirit is the honeybee that's dancing. I feel like spirit is out there going, yeah, but look at this, because over here's the way you want to go. And if you pull your energy in and you pay attention to what they're trying to tell you, you'll know which way to go and what you're trying to do next. I feel like that's really important. So the moon in Scorpio, 8:59 p.m. Thursday night Eastern Standard Time. That moon in Scorpio is busy, like a little bee. It's going to trine with Neptune, which is like, what is your dream? Seriously, what is your dream? It's in your first house of you. What is your dream? It's going to conjunct with Venus on Saturday. What feels right? What feels right? What is your dream? Meanwhile, the sun over there in Sagittarius is going to come into a nice supportive aspect with Mars, which is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, co-ruler, if you will. And so the sun says, well, yeah, let's action. Like, what action? Pay attention to the signs. Nurture your dream. What is it that's going to bring you the peace? What do you need? Look at her. She's meditating, and you got the meditation card. Find the time to sit off by yourself, to get your head up in the clouds a little bit, but not thinking. Oh, okay. All right. I got it. Not thinking. Four of Swords, that's overthinking, or it should be resting. Staring off into space, contemplating, but you're contemplating what you feel in your heart space. Do not overanalyze. This is a situation where it is your heart that you need to be listening to. With Venus right there in conjunct with the moon and trining Neptune, feel your feels. Feel what the dream is. Because when that eclipse happens on Monday, it is going to be about cutting that stuff loose and letting it go, so that you can plant that seed of intention right there, right next to the galactic center. So it has all this energy to just push it out there and expand and become amazing. But it can't do that if you aren't clear on what you want. And the way you're going to get clear on what you want is by listening to your heart. And being willing to create reciprocity in your life where you give and take in equal balance. Because the turkey says that, you need to do that. And the honeybee also suggests that, right? Maybe part of this getting out there and getting some peace and quiet for yourself is going for a long walk. Getting out in nature. Action. So the dark moon is those 3 days before the moon is new. And that is about pulling that energy in. So that'd be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Sunday, even though Sunday the moon is, okay, so Saturday night, 9:30, 9? Yeah. The moon is going to move into Sagittarius. And the energy is really calm that day, for the most part. Well, in my opinion. And there is a necessity to pull your energy in and to rest and relax. So just it is hard to take time off. It is hard to create space. But if there is ever a day where you can pull your energy in to meditate, it is that day. And In the description box below, I have a link to a meditation that is about alignment, but it's Steve Noble. I really was getting a lot out of it last couple of weeks, but any meditation or anything that's calming and, napping, but allowing yourself to pay attention to what you're getting out of your dream space. Wow. So you have the daisy. The daisy says simplify your life. You've had so much going on. You're spread too thin. This has to change now so your vitality can recharge. You need the quiet, the solitude, the space to dream and to rest and to allow your body to receive. And you have your wishes are coming true, the sweet pea. So you have the daisy and the sweet pea. What your heart has been longing for is getting closer each day. Pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities around you. What you want wants you. What you want wants you. I forget who said that. I'm not good at that. But it's true. What you want wants you. The universe wants you to have what you want and will support you in this. You just got to figure out okay, it's not figuring out. I think you guys know exactly what you want. I just think you're too tired to head for it. Rest and recharge and get ready, because things are speeding up after this eclipse. Energy, 2020 has been kind of slow paced in a lot of ways, depending on what sector of the world economy that you live in, right? If you're in the medical profession or a store clerk or whatever, you're like, yeah, no, it's not been that slow. But for a lot of people, it has been a lot slower paced. Lots of time to do that soul searching thing, right? In Scorpio, nobody goes deeper than you guys do. So, but 2021 is going to be busy. I don't think it's going to be as busy as 2019, but after 2020, it's going to feel super freaking busy. But I think that would be the pace of it. But I think the magnitude of change is going to make it seem uncomfortably busy, especially for a fixed sign. And Scorpio, you're a fixed sign. So rest and recharge, rest up, get clear on what you want, look for the signs. You'll know when it's time to act. Boy, but it's coming. It's coming faster than I think anybody really recognizes right now. Okay, so I hope I see you here for Monday Night Live, 7:30 p.m. Monday nights. Come and hang out. It was fun last week, it really was, and I look forward to seeing you. And if not, I will see you next week when we talk about that eclipse, because there's a lot to talk about with that eclipse. All right, you guys take care, and I hope I see you tonight.